What's up, everybody?
Hello.
What's
good
happening?
Evening,
What's happening?
Good
What's
night.
happening?
Good afternoon if you're not watching this live. Good morning. Good blessings.
Wherever
How
you
about
at,
that?
wherever you at, we got folk that's already in the comments. Shout out to Anthony Murray in the comments.
What's up, Anthony?
What's up, Anthony? Hi, long time. Definitely appreciate you, man. Um, I know you've been catching some replays here and there, so appreciate your support in there. Thank you for coming through. Listen, have a conversation after dark. It is a time where we talk about everything. Everything is on the table. Nothing is off limits. What's good, bro? Nothing is off limits. Everything can be talked about, whether it's taboo, whether you never heard it talked about before. It doesn't matter. Any subject is on the table. And here's the reason why. It's because we are proponents of conversation, man. We believe that conversation is a catalyst for growth. We believe that conversation is a catalyst for learning. And we believe that conversation is a catalyst for bonding.
hmm
It is a catalyst for all that. Migs is in the house. What's good, bro? Welcome. Thank you for being
What's up,
here.
Migs?
Family, what's happening? What's happening? So listen, if you saw the title, the title tonight is He Wants Me to Be Someone Else.
Mm.
He wants me to be someone else. That is the title today. So listen, what I ask of you, if you, no matter whether you're watching it now while it's streaming live or you're watching the replay, only favor we ask of you is hit the share button.
Hit the share button. Share it with a
Hit the
couple
share
people.
button. Share it with your network wherever you're watching this right now, so that we can get some folk in here tonight. We're talking about, among other things, the main topic is He wants me to be someone else.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I'm talking about in the bedroom. So let's just clear that up. It
Yeah.
didn't say that on the graphic.
Right.
It just said ...
Yeah.
He wants me to be someone else in the bedroom. We're talking about role playing tonight.
Mercy, mercy. I
And,
see some people have joined us over on Instagram. What's up, Rochelle and Halima?
oh, we got people on Instagram?
Welcome. Not Instagram. Sorry, Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, we're not on Instagram tonight. But we will be on Instagram at some point.
Sorry, I
We
meant
will
Facebook.
do that. Mick said this is a spicy one. Yes,
It
sir.
is. It is.
Yes, sir.
It is.
Yes, sir. This is a spicy one. And I want to hear what the folks have to say about this. We're talking about role playing, and it's going to go into a broader conversation about what is okay in the bedroom and what is not okay in the bedroom, right? Because depending on who you talk to, there are various schools of thought around what you can do in the bedroom, what you can't do. So there's a verse in the Bible that says that the marriage bed is undefiled, right?
I knew you were going to say that.
And many people have taken that to an extreme.
Yeah.
And I'm using the word extreme just for shock value. I don't know if it's an extreme or not. Let's talk about it. But I know that people often use that verse to justify, here, that's a better word.
Yeah.
To justify anything and everything.
Well, no, I take that back. I just thought about what anything and everything could be.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. No.
So
I was going to say, well, you are married, but there are some things when you're married that, at least we believe that there are some things when you're married that is a no-go.
Now, I'm going to share one thing that I believe is a no-go.
Oh, we're probably thinking of the same thing.
And then I'm going to make a statement for shock value. This is not necessarily some of what I say tonight is not necessarily my personal view. If it's my personal view, I'm gonna tell you it's my personal view. This, what I'm about to say, is for shock value. There's one thing that I feel like is off limits in the bedroom, and that is bringing in a third party.
Threesome, correct?
Right?
Yeah. No, you were gonna say as phenomenal as that would be.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I know you were gonna say that.
That is what I was gonna say.
Never mind. That's a whole nother show.
I can't speak for you though. I can only speak for me. I can only speak for me. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I would not do that now.
Now?
If you had polled me early on
in our marriage, or early on in your life?
Both. I would have said yes. I'm not even gonna lie. Listen, y'all know me by now. Those of you who watch me every week, you know I am an open book. You know, take it as you will. Early on in life, I would have been down with that.
I can't believe
I'm just gonna say that. I would have been down with that.
I think I'm surprised.
Early on.
In our marriage.
So think about this. Think about the me that you met.
That's what I was gonna say. In our marriage, I'm a little surprised. The you that I met before we were married
is the you got married to.
This is true. Touche.
Yeah. so I would have been down. I would have been down with it in the beginning.
Touche. Oh my God.
So let me go back to what I was saying though. So the one thing that I think is off limits is bringing in a third party. Now, here's the shock value statement. I'm not saying I necessarily believe this, but I'm saying this for shock value. Outside of that one thing, probably anything goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Okay.
That
Anthony, I got to catch up on the comments. Anthony Murray said you are right. Now, I said a whole lot, so I'm not sure what you're referring to that I'm right with. So clarify. Shout out to Halima in the comments. Halima said I agree, and I'm assuming you agree with.
She agrees that the
third person
is a no-go.
That's a no-go. Okay. Now, the real conversation tonight, though, is about role play.
Yeah.
And let me throw out some scenarios, right? So we have there's some friends of ours that Anthony Murray said human nature is very adventurous. Threesome. Yeah. Now that being said, you could not convince me to do that now. Even if she was down for it, I wouldn't be down for it. Not now. Not now. And the reason why, let's take the morality piece of it
Piece
off
out
the
of it.
table. We already know that. That's a given, right? It's too much for me. I just don't want to. I don't have the capacity. I don't even feel like dealing with all that. I just don't. At this point
Oh
in my
my
life,
God.
I just don't. That's not a challenge I want to take. And it's not even now. People's minds will probably go all over the place with this. It's not so much that I don't think I can handle it. I just don't want to.
Okay.
I just don't want to.
Let's go back.
I don't want to.
Let's go back. Let's go.
I got Anthony cracking up over here. I just don't want to.
Okay,
I ain't trying to
so
do it.
let's go back.
All
What
right.
were you saying?
So we're talking about role playing. We're talking about role playing. We're talking about role playing.
Okay.
Okay. So Kels is in the house. What's up, Kels?
What's up, Cal?
You ain't got nothing to prove. I don't, bro.
No more.
I don't. I really don't. I don't. I don't need to be hanging around with my guys and be like, hey, we did something.
Okay,
I just don't need to do that no more.
let's move it on.
I'm past all that. I'm past all that. I don't need to do that. Big scrap it up. All right, so here we go. We talking about role playing. Now,
we have some friends, you were saying.
we have some friends who and I'm not telling their business because they wrote a book about it. They wrote a book about it. So this is not telling their business. We have some friends who went through infidelity, right? Recovered from infidelity. And I'm going to fast forward the story because it's not what they do is not necessarily 100% based on the infidelity, but it plays a part, right? So as they began to now reconnect and really dig in their heels around building intimacy with themselves, part of the sexual intimacy piece, it became a space where she now would have these alter egos and would become, quote unquote, I'm doing this in air quotes, the other woman. I think that's the exact phrase they use in the book. I don't have the book on this bookshelf. I think it's out there. So they would role play, right? So I'm using that as an example, as a scenario, right?
What's up, Jay?
I'm using that as an example of a scenario. So you got that on one end of the spectrum, where if I'm like, hey, babe, listen, I want you to dress up in this nurse's outfit tonight, right? Or I want you to wear this red wig or whatever it is. That's one end of the spectrum, right? The other end of the spectrum is me saying, I want you to be Nia Long.
Yes, Mix, you are correct. It's that couple.
I remember them from the event. Yes.
Yeah.
It's that same couple.
Yeah.
It's the same couple.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just using them as an example because those are people that we know, that role play. So, what's up, Jay?
All right.
We talking about role playing tonight. We talking about what's okay in the bedroom and what's not okay. All right. So I made a controversial statement in the beginning saying that outside of
the replay,
the threesome, don't worry about it. Outside of the threesome, probably anything goes. Toys. Maybe not. Maybe the second thing would be porn.
Right.
Now here's the thing. Again, what we're not here to do tonight per se is dissect the morality of some of this, because we have beliefs. Yes. We have personal beliefs.
Yeah.
Right. So let's be clear about that. There are, and we know couples who porn okay with is that. Good, is okay. Porn is part of the process
for them
in terms of them role playing.
Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, I'm shooting it out to the couple people that are watching right now. We're talking about role play. What's off limits?
So to finish, I don't know if you were going to add more, but I want to add more to the couple that we know
Okay.
that they role play.
Hmm.
She said something to the effect, and I'm not going to quote because I don't remember, but if I remember correctly, she said that she like she has an alter ego.
Hmm.
This alter ego has a name. It's
Hmm.
not someone that they know. She's
Right.
not pretending to be someone that they know. It is an alter ego that she
Created.
created,
Hmm.
gave it a name, and she sometimes is that person. She
Hmm.
pretends to be that person, has a wig and everything
Hmm.
when they are being intimate.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to put that out there, like,
Just for some context.
yeah, for
Right.
some context.
Which she's not dressing up as Nia Long.
You keep saying Nia Long.
It's the first person that comes to my mind. Listen, we're married. We're secure in our marriage. She's an attractive woman.
She
It's the
is.
first person that came to my head. So that's why I keep saying that name.
You think she's attractive? You've always
I've
thought.
always thought she was attractive.
Yeah, you have. That's your one. That's your person.
Now, here's what's interesting. No, I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to go
Stay
down that road.
focused.
I was about, yeah. That's another conversation.
I
we'll
know
have
what you were
another
gonna
day.
say.
What
Go
was
ahead.
What was I gonna say? Stephanie's laughing.
You were gonna say, were you gonna say now? No, never mind. Go ahead.
I'll
Go
tell you
ahead.
what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is that that you said this is what I'm reacting to. You said that's my person,
Mm-hmm.
and what I was gonna say is I don't know so much now that that's my person as much as it was before.
Mm-hmm. When I say that's your person, I'm talking about, you know how sometimes people always, married couples always say, who do you think is attractive? What
Hmm.
celebrity do you think is attractive?
Hmm.
You always pick Nia
She will
Long.
always be on that list. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. I
Okay.
didn't mean like she's your person that you fantasize about or something.
I don't
like
fantasize about nobody but you. Let's
Good
be clear
answer.
about that. It ain't no good answer. It's the truth.
All
It's the truth.
right, let's go.
Again, going back to capacity, I just don't have I don't have the brain power for all that at this point in my life. I just don't want to do it. It's too much to think of. It's too much to juggle and handle. I just don't want to do that. I got a whole lot going on in my head. I'm not adding that to it. I ain't doing it.
Okay, so the whole book, Jay, is not about role playing. The whole book. What is the name of the book?
The book is called Number 4.
Number 4. We'll
and it's
we'll
not
put it
on
in
this
the comments.
bookshelf. Yeah,
We'll put it in the
comments.
comments after the show is done.
Yeah,
The
it's
book is
not on this
called Number
bookshelf.
4. It's not only about role playing. It's about their journey.
It's about their life.
Their journey, their
Yeah.
life. There was some infidelity and
Mhm.
just how they handled all of that and how they got to where they are now and how they excuse me, how they dealt with it, how they
Yeah.
dealt with infidelity, what she felt like she had to do. Another thing about her alter ego person is she felt like she had to do that. I hope I'm not messing up their story. That she felt like she wanted to do that to keep him engaged and interested and his eyes looking at her.
Right.
Type thing, right?
Right. So let because again, you got to get the book.
Right.
It's not because she was afraid he was going to do anything. It was their way of making sure that they were intentional about keeping their bond super tight, super sexy, and super spicy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, correct. They
So-
wanted to, you know, both of them didn't want to get bored,
Right.
basically. They wanted to keep their relationship fresh and exciting for them and you know,
that's what they came up with.
spicy, and that's what they came up with, and it works for them.
And it works for them. B Coop, what's up, bro?
What's up,
The Coopers are in
Byron?
the house. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for coming
So
on.
we're talking about role play tonight. We're talking about what's okay in the bedroom and what's not okay.
So here's the thing too. We are not judges.
We're not judges.
We're not telling you what you do or what you don't do is okay or not okay.
Right.
We're just coming from really our point of view and our beliefs.
Here's the goal for those of you who have never been to this show. those of you who've been in this show, you hear us say it all the time. We say it in the beginning and we say it in the end. The reason why the topics that come up on these Saturday night shows are simply to motivate you to start talking.
Yeah.
Because if anybody should know what's okay in your bedroom, it should be the two of you.
Yeah.
So this is probably a conversation you should have.
Yeah.
And all of these Saturday night conversations about all of these crazy topics that we talk about is literally to get you talking, because conversation is a catalyst for growth. Conversation is a catalyst for learning. Conversation is a catalyst for bonding. So tonight we're talking about role play, and we're talking about all the whole broad spectrum of role play, right? So we're talking about putting on the wig and the nurse's outfit. We're talking about, we watched this movie where a couple said that they were going to they went to a restaurant, and when they went to the restaurant, they were like, okay, you go to the restaurant first, I'm just going to show up and we're going to pretend we don't know each other, and we're going to engage and have this romantic encounter, and they got a hotel room and all this, and like, I'm gonna give you the key, all that kind of stuff, right? So role playing. So what are your thoughts?
So my thoughts are, if
Stephanie said, what are your thoughts? We come
what
in,
are your thoughts on role playing? Right now. I'm about to say. My thoughts are this. If by role playing we mean, for example, if you were to say to me, babe, pretend that you're Nia Long, that to me is no, because then that's
crossing the line.
That's crossing the line to me, because that means that when we're being intimate, you're thinking of that you're being intimate with Nia Long and not with me. Now, if you were to say something like, babe, won't you dress up as a nurse tonight and I'll dress up as a doctor? I don't think that that's crossing the line.
Okay.
Because you don't have a particular person in mind that you're pretending that I am.
Got you. Okay.
So I'm okay with that.
So if we get so it crosses a line if I'm putting you in someone's space or place.
Yeah, pretending that I'm someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think?
So I agree with that. I agree with that. Anthony earlier said I like that. Jay said that's right, Mama. I agree to I agree.
Yeah.
To that. Yeah, I agree to that too, because that's so. Not to get into this conversation, you can go back and look at past episodes for this conversation, but that's the thin line when it comes to masturbation. Because if quite often, I'm not going to say across the board, because there are some sex therapists that'll disagree with this. Quite often, in order for you to masturbate, you need some level of mental stimulation.
Right. Yes.
That stimulation for many is visual. And often that visual is not their marital partner.
Yeah. Well.
And I don't have statistics here to back that up. But if you're talking about looking at porn to masturbate, if you're talking about visualizing your fantasy to masturbate, as opposed to your husband or wife, that's the thin line. And I think the same thing with role play. The reason why I said all that is because the thing with role playing is, if I'm trying to get you to be someone else, and that someone else is a real someone else,
right,
then I'm crossing the line.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
That's like saying, hey, babe, put on that wig that reminds me of Sally.
That's where the alter ego becomes dangerous.
Listen,
so if
we did a show about that too before, where remember we were talking about if I brought home a dress and was like, I saw this dress on somebody else.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if Sally is a real person that you all know, or even if the both of you don't know, if you know Sally, if Sally is a real person,
I think that's a problem.
That's a problem. Because then when like I said, when we're intimate, you're not thinking of me, you're thinking that I'm Sally.
Now
That's a problem.
here's the thing. This show, unlike Inside the Relationship, is not really an advice show. So
Yeah.
let me just say that.
Well,
You want advice, like you're gonna always get advice on this show. But on Inside the Relationship, we're really gonna give like advice. But that we're giving you tonight our thoughts around it,
yeah.
right? Because we want you to have a conversation about what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
Listen, hit the share button, guys. If you're watching this now, hit the share button so we can get some more people's opinion in there. So I am a proponent of role play.
You're a proponent of role play.
Yeah, I think it spices things up. Now, role play, there's a very wide range as it relates to role play.
Yeah.
Right? Role play could be simply on one end of the spectrum, could simply be, keep your shoes on.
How?
Pull out those red pumps and wear those red pumps while this whole thing goes down. That could be on one end of the spectrum.
Okay.
The other end of the spectrum is, hey, listen, I got this nurse's outfit, and I'm gonna pretend to be sick, and
you take care of me.
Right? Let me get that sponge bath. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see where it goes. You know what I mean? Like that's the other end of the spectrum, right? So, but I don't know that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Anthony said you can act like roommates sometimes. Yeah, there you go. Act like roommates. Act like y'all live together, y'all college roommates, and one day you see her in the kitchen making eggs, and you're like, I never really looked at you like that before. All this time, I was just trying to split the rent.
Hilarious.
And now I'm trying to split something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh,
all right. We having fun tonight.
Gosh.
So seriously though, does anybody not agree with role play? And here's the thing. Anybody not agree with role play? And he said, my man. That's what's up. So yeah, I don't. So let's say we're okay with role play. The line in the sand for us is a third party. Is there anything else? You said porn.
Yeah,
anything else?
Porn, and I can't think if there is anything. If there's anything else, I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, you said that. This is on camera that you said that, right?
I said
so. When I start introducing stuff,
I said if there is anything else, okay. I can't think of it.
It's too late. Now. This is a one and done.
That's what I said.
This is a one and done. So let me. I'm trying to think of something else. Let me see. What else would be a line in the sand? Okay. I don't want to go too deep into this, right? But there are probably for many people certain sexual acts that are also not
okay.
Acts. That are not okay.
Okay.
Just certain sexual acts that are not okay. So just think about all the things that you could do sexually. There's some people who are like, anal is off the table.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Right? Okay.
So, but again, this is not me telling you what to do or not to do.
But that doesn't really have anything to do with role playing.
It doesn't. But here's the point I was making. I think that there are some things. The reason why I brought that up is that I personally think that there are some things that we may standardize as being taboo and not okay, that are really up to the couple to decide.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
And no matter how the couple decides, it just might be okay. Some things.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. Right. Now, here's the thing that I think too that I want to say everybody that I know that we would need to keep in mind is, we're Christians. Okay. And so I just think that, this sexual intimacy is a gift from God, right? He expects for us to partake in that. But I think that, if there's anything that we're not sure of, we should go to the one that created it for us. So we got to keep all of that in context.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. What are you 50-50 on, Jay? You're
Mm.
50-50 on role play. Um, which that's cool. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
think a
most
lot of
people
people are.
are. Yeah, I'm sure most
I
people
think a
are.
lot of people are 50-50 on role play. And let me
Mhm.
just say this. I know we say we're not going to give advice, but let me say this. And Jay said role play.
Mhm.
Let me say this. Just because something might be okay
Mhm.
does not necessarily make it okay for you
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
or for us. We'll make it
Yep.
about us.
Yeah.
Just because something is okay or might be okay,
Or permissible.
it don't
Yeah.
mean. And I think there's a verse that says that, right? All
Mhm.
things
Yeah,
things
there
are
is.
permissible, not whatever the word is. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider too. And that's the reason why these conversations are so important.
Mhm.
Because we can tell you that there are couples who sit across from us virtually in
Mhm.
sessions, and one person was thinking one thing and the other person was thinking something else.
Yeah.
And now they're butting heads because one person just thought, oh, well, she gonna be down with this or he gonna be down with that.
Mhm.
And the other person's like, nah, fam, I'm not.
Yeah.
And now they're butting heads
Yeah.
because they never had the conversation. They
Right.
just went into it thinking, oh, it's just gonna go down like this, or it's not gonna go down like this.
Right.
And now the other person is feeling neglected, or the other person is feeling not heard or overlooked or
Yeah.
bullied because they never had the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's why you should have a conversation.
I agree.
And I'm using you as an example, Jay. I'm not saying that you did this or didn't do this, but for somebody who's 50-50, their spouse should know that.
Yeah.
And then they should decide, okay, what are we gonna do about that?
Mhm.
How does that play? How does that come into play?
Yeah, I
So
agree.
um I want to ask you a very unrelated question in just a second. But with the role play thing and what's okay in the bedroom and what's not okay in the bedroom,
Mhm.
I like that you said because we're Christians, and that is a context we always have to be aware of. That those who know us know that, right? That's there's some underlying values that are going to come from that for
Right.
us.
Right. For us.
So it is important to make sure that we um, are okay.
Mhm.
Just like Joe, I'm gonna put JoJo's comment up there. Just that we're okay in terms of what we feel like God has designed for us in our marriage,
Right.
right?
Correct.
Uh, shout out to JoJo in the comments.
What's
Everything
up,
that
Joe?
looks or sounds good ain't godly.
Mm.
Everything that is good is
It's
not
not
necessarily
necessarily
good
good for
for
you.
you.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. That's what I just said.
Good evening,
Good evening
Jojo.
to you. Appreciate that. No worries. Appreciate you chiming in.
Yeah.
Always. And that's what we're just saying. Like, just because it's okay, quote unquote, doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily mean it's okay for you, which is why it's important to have the
Have these
conversation.
conversations. Yeah.
It's important to have the conversation. Just like we did the show about fantasizing. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to know. You
Mhm.
got to know that, right?
Yeah.
And you got to set yourself up for success.
Mm.
You cannot set yourself up for failure. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Um, and this might be TMI, but whatever. I'm use myself as an example.
Lord,
So
what are you about to say?
because porn is off the table, right? You have to set yourself up for success. Now, success looks like a lot of different things. For some people, success looks like a vault app.
Okay.
Those of you who might not be familiar with that, there's an app. There are vault apps where you can store pictures and videos that can that people can't pick up your phone and look at because they got to put a code in to get into the vault app. So now, if you are a visually stimulated person and you need that visual stimulation, set yourself up for success. And you take some videos and some pictures of the one you love and throw them in that vault. I'm just throwing out a suggestion. I'm not saying you got to do that. The whole point of what I just said is set yourself up for success because you and your mate know what you need, you know what you desire, you know what you want. You have to come up with a game plan to make sure that fulfillment happens and it doesn't cross the line, and you don't cross the line to get it.
Yeah. Thank God we don't need that vault.
Thank God we don't need that vault. Some people don't need that vault. Some people do. And I ain't mad at you if it's a picture of your wife or your husband in there. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is set yourself up for success, because again, we have these couples these clients who sit in front of us and they have no game plan. And because they have no game plan and they have had no conversation and they have built no intimacy holistically between them, now they in here arguing and fussing, and because somebody stepped out and somebody had to get fulfillment elsewhere and they didn't never talk about it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Anthony says, ask them before you make a sex tape, maybe towards your mate, because whatever you like does not mean they like it.
Exactly. Which is why conversation is important. The whole point of this is that conversation is important. The whole point of every show we do on Saturday night is that conversation is important. It's
a
important.
Sex move. Got you.
A sex
that
move.
makes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense. Yes.
The whole point of this, and the reason why we pick the topics that we do. Now, some people may think we just picking topics for shock value. We're not picking topics for shock value. We're picking topics that couples sit in front of us and are beefing about because they never talked about it. They assumed they had some unrealistic expectations, or they just didn't grow enough individually, and so these conversations never happen. Trust me, 95% of the topics we bring up are stuff we've encountered.
Yeah.
Which means people ain't talking about it.
Stuff that we've encountered with
clients.
With clients, yeah.
Right. That means people ain't talking about it.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Good topic. I had that problem with my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. B says, Sandra says role play is all great as long as there's no pain involved. Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And that's a good point, right? Yeah. Because you got to set, so even in the things that are okay,
right,
you still have to have conversation around the parameters that are involved, right?
Yep.
Because you ain't about to whip me.
Yeah.
That we can't. That's a line crosser for me.
See, that's a line crosser for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you ain't about to whip me. Like that. We can't. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Dang, let me cancel my Amazon order. Cancel my Amazon order.
Cancel the whips and chains and all that. Yeah, no. Send all that back.
No.
Send that back. Send that back. Communication is key, without a doubt.
Absolutely, it is.
Without a doubt, communication is key. Got Byron cracking up. Yeah. So and that's important, right? So just like Sandra said, no pain. There can be no pain involved.
No.
Right.
I agree.
So now you set parameters, right? So, all we doing over here is sponge baths and massages. That's it. That's all that's happening over here. Like that's it. Put on the nurse's outfit. Come give me some medicine. Take my temperature and blood pressure. No
whips.
We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes from there. We'll see where it goes. Oh. Yeah, so that's
Sandra says a little chokey choke is
and a foot rub, Byron said.
Sandra says a little chokey choke is all good. And a foot rub.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, so that was the whole goal really tonight. Byron said no whips.
No whips.
That's really the whole goal of all these conversations. Like, and here's the thing, and how we're kind of laughing and joking about this. It's not that we're making light of it, but it goes to show you how these conversations don't have to be tense conversations.
Yeah.
They don't have to be tense conversations. They can be conversations where you're like, man, that's what you was thinking. Wow, you wild.
Right.
We got to tone that down. We got to bring that, and we can have fun and
still get your point across.
Yeah.
Of what you prefer, don't prefer, what you like, what you accept, what you don't accept.
Exactly.
Yeah.
JoJo said I wasn't ready for this.
You know how we are, Joe.
She said I wasn't ready for this. Barry Tate
CD
And candles. Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Barry
Barry
White.
White.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
CD and
Indeed.
candles.
Yep. So and I like, me personally. So the movie, I can't remember the name of the movie we watched. It was some movie we watched where the couple was like, we're gonna go to the restaurant. There was a hotel. One of them booked a room in the hotel. There was a restaurant in the bottom of the hotel, and they arrived there separately. And the goal was that they're going to pretend like they just meeting each other for the first time.
Right.
They have this chance romantic encounter, and one person just so happens to have a hotel room. Right. I like that. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I don't think. Now, here's the argument. Okay. Can I be petty with an argument? Let me get the comments first. I'm gonna be petty with an argument. Sharon, what's up, Sharon? Sharon Hawkins in the house.
Sharon?
Don't do anything or request anything that you would not be willing to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. B said, real talk, communication, real talk, family communication is key.
Yeah.
So here's the argument around that particular scenario.
Okay.
Right. And JoJo said, no whips or chains over here either.
I never got whippings from my parents. I'll be damned if I'm getting whipping. I know that's right.
I know that's right.
I know that's
so,
right.
Not to get completely off topic, but I don't even understand.
Like the pain thing.
Yeah, I don't even understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't
get it. I know that I know that from a physiological standpoint, that there are receptors that mimic, if you will, the pleasure. Right. I know that there's that close line there, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't. There is absolutely nothing in my mind that is pleasurable about you whipping me.
People do like it.
People do like it.
People do like it.
People do like it. Leave the bondage for the movies, not the bedroom. Yeah. I'm not. You ain't tying me up. You ain't put me in no handcuffs. Like, none of that. We could dead all that. Like, I'm not with none of that. Like, we can't do that. We cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing with that particular scenario, with the people who had the chance encounter.
What's your pettiness about it?
I'm just putting in a petty argument, because I've heard someone say this. The petty argument is this: that if I'm meeting, and this was from a Christian perspective, right? If I'm meeting you, in a restaurant, and it is a chance encounter, and I'm just meeting you for the first time,
that's what
I
was
you end
thinking.
up in my bed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
in real life,
right?
We wouldn't do that.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the whole scenario is cool and all, but honestly, would you even really do that?
Would you do that? So
No.
here's I'm saying all that to say, should your parameter be that it should also, just like Sharon just said, something that you wouldn't do, should the parameter be set that, okay, whatever the role playing is something that we would actually do?
I think it should be.
Because if you wouldn't pick up somebody in the club and sleep with them the same night, maybe we don't role play that.
That's correct. I don't think that it should be something that you would not do.
Okay.
Typically. Of course not.
Now, that being said, I love the idea. I thought it was really cool. And they were really playing it out. Like, I mean, they were playing in the movie. They were really playing it out. So what do you do? And why are you here by yourself? And I mean, they really played I thought it was real cool. But that was the argument that was made.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I as cool as that is, I could actually see the merit in that argument.
Yeah, it's true. You wouldn't do that in real life. So
interesting.
How could you role play it?
Right.
Well, not how could, but why would you?
Why would you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? Let me get B Coops. Sandra says it would be okay to cuff her with parameters. Okay. And so this is a great comment to illustrate what I said before. Where is
wait, Oh,
it
I
would be
see.
okay
Okay.
with
But there's
parameters.
parameters.
Right.
Got you. Got you. Got
Right.
you.
So that's a great comment because that speaks to what we were saying before, where what might be okay for a particular couple
Hmm.
might not be okay for another couple.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Right. So that's cool. That's what's
Hmm.
up. So cool. Set the parameters.
Yeah. I,
Order the handcuffs.
okay. Yeah, I think though, I think I agree with that because if you think about it,
Have to keep dating each other. Yep.
yeah, you definitely have to keep dating each other. If you
Mhm.
think about it, every couple is different, and not to get too graphic or anything like
That's an
that,
interesting comment.
but I think that just how there are, I'm sure there are some things that one couple likes and
Mhm.
s- uh pace and rhythm and all of that
Right.
that's good for one couple
Mhm.
and doesn't work for another couple. It's the same thing with this.
Right.
If you prefer, if you like to be handcuffed with parameters, that's cool for some couples.
Yeah.
And for others, it's not.
Here, because she feels that is total submission. Mm,
Wow. Huh.
that's what's up.
Never thought about it that way before.
That's what's up. You making me rethink the handcuffs.
Make sure they're furry
Make sure
handcuffs.
make sure they're furry handcuffs. That is funny. That's funny. We're loving this on our anniversary
Oh,
weekend.
happy
Oh man, that's what's up.
anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Shout out to B Coop.
Oh,
B Coop
thanks
and
for
Sandra.
joining us on your
Happy anniversary to
anniversary.
you both. That is super dope. Super dope. We love to see love in action. And listen, a lot of people get married and don't make it to their first anniversary.
Yeah,
So
that part.
to have, several anniversaries under your belt, that's dope. Happy anniversary. Tell the truth.
Mhm.
B says she can't wait to meet us. Man, listen,
Let's make it happen.
let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Um, get your safe word. Yes, that's a good point.
Mhm.
That's a good point. Get your safe word. Like a sexy female police Beyonce.
Now, see, you're putting a person in there, though.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
So interesting. Interesting, Anthony. Here's for us in the role play scenario.
Mhm.
It couldn't be a person.
No.
And I understand what you're saying in that comment. I
Mhm.
do. So I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. But for us, it can't even be a name that we can
A
associate with
real
anything.
person.
Right.
It can't for us. It couldn't be a real person. A sexy female police officer, sure, but
Right.
not someone that is an actual person.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, for us, that's
I can't even do the police officer.
no.
Nope.
Why? Guns
Nope.
and
Well, I can't do, and let me tell you why I can't do the
Why?
police officer. I can't do the police officer
Oh,
because
you know what? This is. I'm not laughing. Go ahead.
no, I can't do the police officer because, and I hate to make this more serious than it should be, but when
I understand.
when I think about cops,
Yeah, I understand. I get that.
there's absolutely nothing sexy that there's no line I can draw from cop to sexy
Yeah, I get that.
because my experiences with cops
Right.
have never been sexy,
Correct. I get that. Yep.
female or not.
That makes total sense.
So and here's the reason why you gotta have the conversation, right?
Right.
Because what I could say to her is, I love when you dress up,
Mhm.
but I never say what I would prefer you dress up as.
Yeah.
She shows up as a cop, and
Yeah.
then wondering why our sexual intimacy time is trash.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Right?
That makes total sense.
Yeah. So you gotta have those conversations.
Yeah.
Joseph said the married bed is
It's
undefiled.
undefiled.
Every married couple needs to find their happy median. Wait, I always thought handcuffs was always on the table with parameters, of course.
Hey, for some
And
couples
for some couples it is.
and for some couples it's not.
I'm just saying for me, after B Coop and Sandra's comments, I'm kind of rethinking my
Yeah.
handcuff thing. But
Yeah.
before coming into this conversation, I
Mhm.
was like, nah, I don't want to be tied up. I don't want no handcuffs. I don't
Mhm.
want,
Yeah.
But the way they put it, I may have to go and ponder on that one.
Yeah,
I'm going to we have
that
to
makes sense.
rethink that. Anthony said I agree.
Mhm.
Joseph said I think it's also generational
Generational. I
because
know for a fact that there are things that my parents find
oh
taboo
man, without
absolutely
a
in the
doubt,
bedroom that my generation is not. For real.
without a doubt,
Yep, for
without a
sure.
doubt. For a
100%.
lot of the older generation, if it wasn't missionary style to procreate, everything else was off the table at
Mhm.
that point. Everything
Yeah.
else was off the table. Um, Joseph said, "Don't knock it till
Don't
you
knock it
try."
till you try.
I'm with.
Okay.
Hey, I'm with that. Listen,
Okay.
I believe in that statement. Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
And that is a great statement,
Yeah.
Jojo, because often, in addition to having the conversation,
Mhm.
sometimes you don't know what feels good or doesn't,
Mhm.
what stimulates or doesn't, what
Mhm.
enhances or spices or doesn't until you
Until you
try it.
try it.
And it's okay to be like, hey, babe, you know what? That thing you did last night,
Yeah.
yeah,
I wasn't feeling
we can't do that no
that.
more. We can't do that no more. We can't- I woke up feeling some kind of way. Like, we can't do that no more. And that's cool. That's cool. You can do that.
Mm,
You could do
absolutely.
that.
That's how we learn,
And
right?
that's part of that. Exactly.
Yeah.
The exploration process is okay. It's all good.
Mhm.
Listen, that's really all we want to talk about. I I want to ask you a very unrelated question before we get
Okay.
out of here. Okay.
Let's see
Uh
what Sharon says. Past experiences, good and bad, can make or break one's role
Role play.
play or sexual intimacy, i.e., sexual trauma, memories,
Mhm.
exes, health, fear, injury. Sure can.
Yep.
100%. It will,
Yep.
not could, it will
It will.
make or break one's role play. That's
It
true.
is, and hence why you can't just run up in the bedroom trying something without having
Without
a
having a
conversation.
conversation.
You can't
Yep.
do it. You
Yep.
can't just run up trying to do something and without having a conversation because you get your feelings hurt
Yeah.
or you will cause some damage that you didn't
Mm,
attend to
yeah.
because it will bring something up.
Yeah.
So yeah, great point.
Great point.
Great point. It all boils down to this. Y'all got to talk about it.
Have a conversation.
You should know how your mate feels about this. Your mate should know how you feel about it. And y'all should craft some strategy and a blueprint on how you're going to go about this
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because it's a part of intimacy. Sexual intimacy is one aspect of intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
You should be growing intimacy holistically. Again,
Yeah.
here we go with the advice. You should be growing intimacy holistically so that these conversations are easy to
Easier
have.
to have. Mm-hmm.
So if you're growing your spiritual intimacy, your physical, that's non-sexual intimacy, your intellectual intimacy, your experiential intimacy, and the list go emotional intimacy, and the list goes on and on and on, you're gonna be able to, you already got a connection and a bond
Mm-hmm.
that will allow you to be like, hey, you know what? I was thinking about such and such. I saw a little, Party City, they got a little, they got a little outfit on there. Let's see what's going on. Right. And then she might be like, not that outfit. I'm with you, but not that one.
Yeah.
Because that one, and then you learn something about your spouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Joe said agreed, must have a conversation for sure, especially if both individuals have
Past
had past
experiences prior
experiences
to
prior to
marriage.
marriage.
Yep.
Indeed, mentally and physically. So
Yes.
before we get out of here, here's the very unrelated question, and this is based on something we were watching last night.
Mm-hmm.
So we watching Tab and Chance and
Kev on stage
Kev on
and Mrs.
stage
Kev on stage.
and
Melissa.
Melissa, and they were having a great conversation about marriage. Coming down to the end of it, though, they asked the question. Byron said, "Party City." I was gonna say the other spot, like the more sexy spots, like where we got the lube thing or whatever it is. You go wherever you go, find it wherever you got. They got them everywhere. Um, they at the end of the thing, they were asking each other if, God forbid, we were to get divorced or uh one of us were to pass, God forbid, would you get remarried?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't have the time or energy to put into learning someone else, being what they need me to be, m- you know, expressing what I need that it do you know how much work?
You would never get remarried?
I don't think I would. At this point in time, my feelings about it is that I would not.
Halima said no.
Absolutely not. I don't have the
Really?
time or energy to do you know how
Well, hold
much
on. Sorry, Halima said no, and then yeah, you.
she's agreeing with me, I
Oh, got you,
think.
got you. Okay,
Do you know
okay.
how much work that we have put in
Mhm.
to our relationship? And think of all the tough times and the work we had to put into that.
Mhm.
And every marriage has tough times.
Mhm.
I don't have the capacity to do that with someone else
Interesting.
again.
Okay.
No, I'm not
What
doing
if
that.
you hadn't put all that work in? Let's say we didn't make it to where this is year two. This is about to be year 20. We're coming up on 24, right?
Mhm.
What if you hadn't put that work in?
Mhm.
And let's say our marriage ended like in year 3.
Mhm.
Would you have gotten remarried? Because you didn't put that
I
much work in.
I don't know. I can't answer that because I can't. So in year 3 of our marriage,
Mhm.
if we only got up to year 3,
Mhm.
looking back and thinking about how years 1 through 3 was,
Mhm.
no,
Wow.
because it was a different kind of tough. Years 1 through 3 was a different kind of tough. It was, man, this is not really working out how I thought it
Mhm.
would. He's not who I thought he'd be, and you were thinking I'm not who you thought I'd be.
Mhm.
So it's what's the word? It's surprising that I didn't end it at year 3.
Mhm.
So I would not want to go through years 1 through 3 again.
So you would have been single all this time.
Probably, I think.
Wow. Interesting. Let me get these
Probably, I
comments. There's a lot of
think.
comments. I love when women are reading a book that sexy to me. I saw a beautiful girl on the train reading a book, very attractive black woman.
Oh, you love to see a woman
Love to see
reading
a
that
woman
is
reading.
sexy to you. Got you.
That's
Got
what's
you.
up.
Got you.
Joe said I heard a quote earlier today that people are
The
that the loneliest
loneliest
people are married
married
couples.
couples. And I feel it's truly true because couples don't have conversation. Interesting. Wow.
Interesting. That is interesting. Sharon said nope. I
I
would
would
always
always
be
be
comparing.
comparing. None
I get that.
can
I get that. Comparing to her
fill my
husband's
husband's shoes. He would be.
fighting a ghost, basically. I get that. I get that.
That's true. I
I get
yeah,
that.
I get that too. I would be comparing too. That would be the other reason why.
B Coop said we say no. It's a ton of
It's
work.
a ton of work.
Too much work, Halima says, and have to get to know the person.
Exactly. I'm not doing that
Shout out to
again.
Missy in the comments. She said maybe not.
Maybe not. Hey, Mitzi.
How you gonna ask that question with 3 minutes left?
Right?
I saved that one for right before we were about to get out of here. Agree. Same here. 17 years later, love my husband, but marriage is a
It's a
lot of
lot of
work.
work.
This is a one-time deal for me. I hear
Yeah,
you.
same.
I hear you. I told Sandra to have a boyfriend so she can keep all the benefits after I pass. Actually, you know what? B, come to think of it, there is some like I,
17 years for you too,
17 years.
Sharon.
Shout out to the 17-year folks. That's dope.
Yay.
Shout out to the 17 year. I think there is some kind of thing where you gotta have where as it relates to your spouse passing. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it, but I did read something about there's some policies or some things where you gotta have somebody in your life or something like that. What's up, Missy? Shout out to you. I am happy you are together.
We are happy too
Yeah,
today.
we're having
No,
fun.
I'm
We're
kidding.
having fun. Listen, for the entire month of June, our marriage has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. Don't ask about any other months. We're talking about June. For the entire month of June, man, we killing it. Killing it for the
So
month of
far,
June.
so far.
And these dating streets are not the same.
No,
Listen,
they are
you
so
ain't
not.
lying. Jojo,
Woo.
hey, listen, y'all be on the lookout. I'm about to have a conversation with two single guys. One is in their 50s, and the other one might be just about to turn 50. Y'all wait till we had this conversation.
She said, I don't think I would find my husband again. Big shoes to fill.
Big
Absolutely.
shoes to fill.
I
Big shoes to
agree.
fill.
Same here for my husband.
23 years. Shout out to 23 years. That's us
Yay,
as well.
Mitzi.
That's us as well. We'd be 24 in October.
Yay.
In October. Shay. Yep. Yes, say it again for those. The dating game.
Dating
you can't
streets
pay
is-
me, fam.
It's totally different.
You cannot pay me
Yeah.
to be out here
Happy
right now.
anniversary coming up on the 4th.
On the 4th. Dope.
That's
Congratulations. Happy
wonderful.
anniversary to you.
Another 17.
Halima and James. Shout out to Halima and Halimia.
Alima and James.
Halima and James. 17.
The 17-year club is in the house tonight.
Anthony said, can't wait. You can wait, bro. You can wait. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's gonna happen. 6 years. Be cool. Working towards 50.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it. You're gonna get there.
I love it. The dating pool is muddy,
Very
to
muddy.
say the least.
Very
Listen,
muddy.
I heard somebody say not too long ago the dating pool has pee in it. That had me cracking up. That is crazy. I'm telling you right now.
2007 was a great year.
2000 was a great
Apparently.
year. It was a great year. Yes, a lot of folk in the comments got married. One day at a time. Now, let me answer the
One
question.
day at a time. Yeah. Would you remarry?
So,
So?
in a heartbeat. I'm just kidding. I'll be married the next day. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anthony said women are asking for money.
Mercy.
Yeah. Go easy, bro. Go easy on that.
Sandra says it's the poop in that water.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm telling you.
Look at Jay's comment.
No cuss for me tonight.
Oh God.
So here's the reason why. So my real answer is this. My real answer is no, I probably would not get married.
Probably would not.
Now, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I said probably. First of all, let me tell you why I would not get married. I'm going to tell you why I said probably in a second. Here's why I wouldn't get married. I would not get married because, and this is going to sound like I'm trying to get points, but I'm really not. I will never be able to replace you. Like there's no one out there. And I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get in your pants. I'm always trying to get in your pants, whether I say something or not. This is real talk.
I mean, I agree.
I cannot replace you.
I agree the same.
So, and I think somebody else, I think it was Sharon who said she would always be comparing. I would always be comparing.
And JoJo
I'd be like, man, I mean, little things.
JoJo said she would never find her husband again. It's big shoes to fill. And I agree with that statement.
Little things, right? Like little things. Like she might make me an omelet. And I'd be like, man, what is this? Denise don't do it like that. Like, I'm serious. That's how it would be. Now, let me keep it a buck and tell you why I said probably. Why I said probably is because I'm not sure sexually how I would manage. I'm keeping it a buck. Like y'all, those of you who know me, I'm gonna keep it a buck all the way. I do not know how sexually I would manage. And I don't want to be out here just knocking down chicks. And that's a real statement that guys are not going to say out loud.
This is true.
So I'm going to speak for everybody who don't really want to say that out loud. I'll take the hit for that. But that's a real fact. That's the only reason why I would say probably.
Okay.
But anybody that, if I were to walk down the aisle with somebody else, they're in for a hard road because I'm always going to compare them to you because I don't think anybody can replace you.
But you would sexually as well.
Good point.
I'm sure you would.
Good point.
You know, your second marriage is not going to be great.
Yeah, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. I didn't even think about that. You're right. I would be comparing that. You're right.
Your second marriage ain't going to be good.
You're right.
I feel sorry for your second wife.
Yeah. So how about that never happened? You know, God keep us together And
In the name of
yeah,
Jesus.
or don't let anything happen. Or if one does go, let us be like 99 or something like that. so it won't matter at that point, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's man. Yep. Yeah, keep it all the way a buck. Got to.
Yeah.
B Coop said you're right. Great topic, man. Appreciate y'all being out here tonight. This was dope. Thank you for everybody who's in the comments. Great way to wrap up the show tonight. Indeed. Listen, man, we appreciate you guys. Listen, if you're around Thursday evenings at 7, we have our show Inside the Relationship. Last couple episodes that we've done have been really great. Go back and catch those episodes. That's Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah,
the
we
same
should
place.
have a guest on this.
Yeah, I think we'll have a guest
up.
this week coming up. So 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you're watching it right now, you can come back and grab that as well. Listen, we love it. We love it. Thank you guys for being here. Great conversation tonight. You both are a light in our world. And we thank you, man. Appreciate that. That means a lot. Be cool. Thank you. Thank you for you and your wife being a part of this conversation this evening. Listen, like we say at the beginning and at the end of every one of these shows, this is all about sparking conversation. Conversation is a catalyst for growth. Conversation is a catalyst for learning.
Yeah.
Conversation is a catalyst for bonding. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Have a phenomenal rest of the weekend and have that conversation.
Have a conversation. Pull the handcuffs out. See where it goes.
Just
kidding.
Do the sponge
bath. If it's
bath.
not your thing, I'm just kidding.
If it's not your thing, that's cool. Have a conversation about what is your thing.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, fam, we love y'all. Peace and blessings to you. And we're going to see y'all next week.
No, we won't. Well, yeah, we might.
That's true. We might not get back home in time.
Yeah, we'll see.
But Thursday, we will be here for Inside the Relationship. So make sure that you're there for Inside the Relationship. Jay said, I'm going to sleep. I hear you, bro.
Oh, Jay. Don't be boring.
I hear you, bro. Just wake up early.
Oh.
Go to sleep now, but wake up early.
That's good.
The morning joint is
Ring
right.
the
fam.
alarm.
Let's just be clear. They got that song that says the nighttime is the right time. They need to change them lyrics. Because the morning time is the horning time.
Good night. That's it. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Peace, fam. We out of here. We love y'all. Have a good night. We see you next week.